All right, guys, and we are back. Stephen White in the booth, and I have a special guest with me here. It is Mr. Del Sim. Del, how are you?
In there. Thank you so much for the invitation into the booth. I'm a big fan of Jordan Shepherd, so I'm interested to see how he'll do on the American table.
This is Jordan's first trip over here for an Ultimate Pool USA event.
Oh, yes.
And he has been doing a lot of practicing. We've spent a lot of time with him. He's a very, very humble guy, but he plays so good.
He's not wasting any time, mate. Wonder lag. Decent break, and he's already on solids.
Yeah, and he has a reputation for being a faster player. Obviously, Mike Banks Jr., his opponent, he's a local here to Kansas City. Mm-hmm. He's a very good player. Not a lot of experience with this tournament setup, so
he looks a bit nervous, doesn't he?
He's going to be
a little bit of nerves.
Going to be quite interesting to see how he fares in the situation that he's in with a really great player like Jordan Shepherd.
Yeah, it's interesting to see. You know, Jordan's used to the yellows and reds of English pool, and it's interesting. His pattern was slightly off there. He was closer to that combo before and chose to go up table. So you might see him go up and down. It might not be the regular patterns we're used to for 8-ball. And I don't think they need them. You know, the table's bigger, the balls are heavier. It's a much different experience, I think, for someone like Jordan.
Well, and something that we've talked about here, one, the reds and yellows that he's used to, it is very easy to see the pattern.
It is, yeah.
Compared to stripes and solids. The pattern is not always absolutely evident. So it is very... See, you saw it there. He actually just counted to make sure that he wasn't missing a solid. So that is a real thing that Jordan Shepherd is going to have to contend with. Is he's just not used to stripes and solids. He does get the out. He made a very good one and very quick one. Repping the Kansas City Open jersey. You can get those here, guys. You can get them here, and I believe they're going to be on the Jam Up website as well. He does make a ball on the break.
He just went for the straight down the middle pump.
Yeah, faster table, new cloth. Not the biggest pockets in the world. They are tight.
Yeah.
But with the new cloth, you get a little help going in. Probably not the worst way to go about it.
Yeah, compared to the arena tables, this table's playing very, very well. And tighter. But with the new cloth there, it's gonna play a lot larger for the first few matches, especially.
And here, the 3-ball is the big issue here, and he's looking to get it out.
Yeah, he tried first off, didn't he?
Mike plays at a very interesting pace. He's not necessarily slow. He's quick. Not fast, but quick.
Yeah, he's struggling with the pace of the table already, you can tell. And this is interesting for the viewers watching. The players don't get a practice on the table. They go straight into the match.
Yeah, there's no practice racks. The table, we got it finished last night, and the only rule is if you are in the shootout, you are not allowed to hit balls on the table. And again, it's kind of keeping it a secret. Don't give anybody an advantage.
Correct.
And it's very interesting to see how the guys run through the first 2 racks.
Yeah, I like that. And Jordan's got some problems here. This isn't going to be straightforward, so interesting to see how he goes about this. Trying to get on the 9 straight off. And if he does this, he might be able to push the 13 forward.
Yeah, up to the 3-ball, or just
off the rail would be great.
Anywhere where he can see the side pocket is great.
Yeah, just off the rail, that's good. I'd probably take it now, but he probably wants to leave it as his key ball.
Yeah, definitely need 1 ball that sets you up on the 8 well enough, and the 13 ball is that ball in this rack currently.
And this is what I think the English players are trying to do too often. They're trying to leave that key ball close to the 8, and in this game, you don't need to do that. You know, the table's large enough and quick enough that you really don't have to leave that key ball so close every time. So I would take the 13 now, for instance.
Yeah, and he's gonna take it. Smart shot. Keep it simple. That's the rules of the bar table. Keep it simple.
Correct. The KISS theory. Without the last S. But yeah, he's a good enough putter that he doesn't mind leaving distance either. This isn't going to phase him at all. But yeah, you want to stay nice and close to your work either way.
Well, and this is a very quick rack again.
Ooh,
Oh.
no. Sorry about that. That's my fault.
Well, no commentator's curse here. That was all Jordan. Looks like he had a little bit of a miscue.
A little bit of early nerves, eh? And again, interesting pattern that Mike's taken here. Yeah, he just wants to float these in.
I'm not sure. Again, this guy, Mike Banks Jr., he plays way better than I do. However, I'm not sure this is the route I would go. Maybe he sees something that I don't.
Yeah, and I think this is where the American players, they kind of, they kind of, play what you see. It's and play wherever you finish, because they're pretty confident they can get that cue ball moving where they need it to. Whereas the English players like stop shots. They like keeping control of the cue ball.
Well, it seems like some of our friends from overseas, well, I guess that would be you too, but I guess some of our players there, they like to plan a route and take it.
They do.
Whereas some of the American players, when they get to a stop sign, they decide to turn right or left,
Exactly.
and that's just how they play it. But Mike Banks Jr. taking advantage of a huge mistake by Jordan there. I've seen his name more times than I've seen him miss, and I've only seen his name once.
Oh.
So he didn't miss a single ball in that rack. It was very, very impressive. I'm excited to see how he plays his next match, because it's the competition only gets tougher from here.
Yeah, Shane Thompson, season pro on the English side as well. He made him look, quite ordinary in that match.
Absolutely. And so Mike Banks here is really got an opportunity here to get a little bit of a lead on Jordan, which is what he needs in this situation. Jordan, such a powerful player when it comes to this format.
This is huge. This is where the speed of the cloth is going to catch a few people out, because the route here, look, he had to go into it with pace, and this is why I didn't like it at all. That one, you've really got to try and hold with inside and float. It's a more difficult shot, obviously, but he was always going to run towards this little cluster.
Now he's got a shot here. The 7 ball, I believe, goes in the corner, and it actually plays well with just a little bit of a draw stroke to kind of move that 1 ball. Now you're going to move it into danger, but it's going to open up the 4. Yeah. He's got a decision to make here. If he doesn't want to,
I think he's playing the 3, which is an insane shot.
It's so close to the 8 ball. I do not like it.
Oh, he missed it totally.
Oh.
Again, that was just, you see his head bob up. And what you'll notice is with the Europeans and the English players, their fundamentals are so solid. And again, a little bit of nerves perhaps with Mike there, just with his head bouncing up really early on the shot.
But something that I've noticed just as a player, Americans as a whole, we don't always have the best fundamentals, but we really know how to make it work with what we have.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Whereas some of the more European players have super solid fundamentals, but if anything is out of line, it can cause a disastrous miss.
Yeah,
So
I think the equipment over here is slightly more forgiving as well. Different cut pockets, etc. So it allows you to get away with it in that regard.
Yeah, I'm very excited for this weekend. Quite a few of the players from the UK coming over. I really enjoy seeing those guys come over and play on our tables to see how they do. It can be quite surprising.
Yeah, I was about to say it'd be interesting if he takes this and goes up for the opportunity, and he's played that absolutely pinpoint. That was a fantastic shot to get on those top 2, which are his problem balls. Only goes into 1 pocket, and I think now you'll see him connect these last 3 together.
Yeah, and Jordan playing pretty well here. The 10 ball, pretty straightforward. You would think he would want to use maybe the 9 ball for his key ball.
Yeah, and I wonder how much it plays on him. Where he knows he should have been 2-0 up now, going perhaps into 3-0. And where I've noticed that he's had trouble is moving the cue ball back. His draw stroke over the last 24 hours has been terrible. So I think he's just still trying to get used to the weight of the cue ball and what it's around.
Yeah, he has mentioned before the screw back, the draw stroke. It's just not working for him. we had a little mini tournament on, I think Wednesday maybe, and he just wasn't a huge fan of not being able to pull the cue ball back like he is used to, you know?
Yeah, this cue ball also, you know, it's not a measle cue ball. Nice finish there by Jordan.
I think it's just a totally different game, and it's hard to call exactly what it is, but
I'm a bit disappointed so far because I haven't seen him take one single bank shot. With a name like that, you've got to play the bank, surely.
well, and Mike is a very much so a one pocket player.
Okay.
He is a very strategic player when it comes to that game.
That was a great break, by the way. These are wide open. Just has to look at his problem ball, which is the 1. And he's trying to get rid of that early, which is a great shot.
See, and you see this. So you see the first 2 racks are extremely wobbly for both players. We saw it on the first one.
Definitely.
We saw it on the second one. And now we've seen it on the third ones. But that third rack is where everybody kind of settles in. And then you really start to see good pull. But the thing about it is with this match clock, at your game 3, you're a third of the way through the match clock. So you don't have a ton of time to like really prepare yourself for that 15-second shot clock. And it is something that you have to be ready for.
It's an unfortunate fact, and it's a great point, but you really need the best players adapt quickest. And there's no truer saying in pool than those that complain about the cloth and those that just adapt. And he's in a nice position here. Just going to have to decide now what he wants to play. He might have to play a deep draw stroke here just to get around the 7. Go side rail and out. Yeah, he actually bumped into the 7. He's been very fortunate there. And wouldn't be surprised now if he just rolls in behind. You know, there's no scratch. So he could just land on the 15 just to make sure that he controls this, or he could go to the rail. We absolutely pumped it. You kidding me? He must have had a different roll and a different angle than what I thought there.
And this is going to make this next shot very, very touchy.
Yeah, there's no positional value here, I'm afraid. So I think this one's going to be, let me just slide it in and see if I get some kind of contact on the cluster in front. Yeah, he got a little bit of contact, needs another bounce.
Watch the cue ball.
I don't think he's got it. This is a straight scratch.
There might be a possibility of the 9 ball. I mean, it's slim. It's very slim.
I like the 8 off the 14 if he's going to go for it. This is a one pocket shot.
If he can see it.
Play the carom off of the 14. Oh, he went straight. Yeah, see, it was a straight scratch. I don't know why he played that, and that's a loss of game.
That is a loss of game. So tough rack there. Jordan Shepard is going to take a predominant lead now, 3-1.
Oh, the match clock, sorry.
And Jordan with a good break. Everything kind of moved to the side. He did opt for the cut break.
You notice he hit it softer too?
He did.
And made more balls.
I think these guys are starting to realize, those that have played a few racks, I think they're starting to realize the cloth is fast. Yeah. It's going to separate. All I got to do is make a solid contact and put my cue ball where I want to. Now, he did lose the cue ball a little bit on this break. You really want to be in the center of the table or close. You don't want to be on this end rail, especially with everything above you.
Yeah, there's a few clusters to worry about here too. So there you see, you know, his potting ability is up there with the best of them. You may see him slide this 5 ball in off the 12.
The big shot here is just simply getting to and making the 2 ball.
Yeah, I agree. I like the angle he's got on the 7 right now. Oh, there he's tried to open it up, and that's a fantastic shot.
Very good.
Yeah, played it with enough pace that he knew it was going to open up that bottom cluster. He may even take the 2 now, or after the 7. I like taking the 2 and coming around for the 6. Just leave that little window that he's got there, and 4 ball will be his key.
Yeah, I think maybe he wanted a little bit better of an angle. I don't know how much of the 2 ball he can see. The camera may be a little deceptive.
Yeah, he's got plenty there. He's just going to play a nice high left. Even go out to the rail and back would be nice.
That's a great shot. And now it's just connect the dots, put your cue ball somewhere in the middle of the table.
Yeah, the cloth is quick, so sometimes you'll see players let their stroke out here go 2 rails. Some players like to go 1 rail, and either way is perfectly fine.
Just like that. Now, all he's got to do is make this ball just a nice, easy play. A little bit of what I like to call super stun on that ball.
And we're only halfway through the match clock, guys, and it's already 4-1. So you can see that the tempo here is a lot more upbeat than in previous matches.
The gentleman joining me in the booth, Mr. Del Sim, is going to take on the iceberg, Justin Bergman.
I don't know about take on. Watch.
Well, hey, you're getting a little bit of an advantage sitting in here. You're able to analyze a little bit. And
that's why I got here early.
Yeah, there you go. Analyze the table, see how it plays by watching. You must be a smart man, Del.
I work for a living. That's why I don't play pool full time.
Then you are indeed a smart man, sir.
As much as I would love to. The competition is what draws me, honestly. And really nice layout here for Mike Banks to get himself right back in the game. It's not over yet.
So let me ask you this, as a spectator, how much do you enjoy watching this format?
Oh, it's fantastic because, not only, for a lot of TV sports, when you're kind of watching it, being able to kind of program that and know that the match is going to be over at 30 minutes, whatever, it suits league format, it suits TV format, it suits everything. So, I'm very impressed with it so far, and as a spectator especially, I love the viewing side of it. A lot of pressure with the shot clock as well.
Yeah. It creates the drama, and of course with the announcement of the Ultimate Pool USA League and that insane first place prize, if you haven't seen, guys,
100,000
announced just a couple days ago, first place in our first grand finals that'll happen in October of 2025, $100,000 to the winning team. That is insane.
Yeah, that's incredible.
So make sure you get with your local league rep and get on a team for a chance at that one. Meanwhile, while we're discussing things, Mike Banks Jr. making it good out here.
Yeah, you can see he's getting more and more comfortable as the time goes by. And, not the same player we saw in the first rack.
And we're just about to dip under the 13-minute mark as Mike makes this 8-ball.
I don't think I've heard the beeps for either player. Do you know that? Have you heard them?
Not at all.
That'd be an interesting stat.
He doesn't worry about it being there.
Really interesting to see, and I agree with you. And that's going to keep rolling. Oh, super fortunate. But you notice how soft he hit that? That was a very, very soft break, and he's got an incredible spread there.
Yeah, very soft break. I think he might want to pump it up just a little bit.
Yeah.
Because you do want some separation in those balls.
Yeah, going straight for solids. Only one real problem, and that's the 6-5, but it's a very manageable combo in that corner.
Yeah.
Would love the cue ball to be tight to the rail when he takes it, just above. It looks like he'll also have, you'd really want to leave the 2 ball where it is as well. So we'll see which way he goes. I'd like to try and get on it nice and early if I could possibly. Interesting that he's taking it now, just while there's a lot of extra balls on the table to fall on. Played it really, really well, and I'm not sure if he's got the 6 there. He's going to have to bump it.
Yeah, and something I noticed about Jordan, and it kind of goes back to something that Joey Gray, great player, told me once. Slow is smooth, smooth is fast.
Mm-hmm.
That is something that when I watch Jordan play, he doesn't make decisions quickly, but as soon as he makes his decision, he's smooth as can be. It's really a pleasure to watch Jordan. I've got to watch a lot of him lately.
He's super creative, super creative with his cue ball as well. So you'll see. He needs to get on the left side of this 6 ball because it doesn't go by the 11. So you might just see him try and spin in and out of this. Yeah, he's tried to put lots of right spin on that, and he's not got anywhere near it, unfortunately. So this is end of visit for me.
That's a tough one there.
He needs. I would put the cue ball, just slide off the left side of the 6 as we look, and then put that behind the cluster. So just to try and drop in behind the 11. Oh wow, he played it. What an absolute crazy man he is. And he's still got safe as well.
Yeah, and that's the good thing is that he came out well. Now there is a little bit of a shot here. But it's a flyer. I think you're able to play the 14 off the 13 and send the 14 up towards the top pocket, but it's such a wild shot.
I'm just drifting. I'm literally just going to play this one and try and drift into the corner, exactly as you
pointed.
pointed.
Down below the 6 ball.
Just get anywhere below the 6 and try and limit Jordan's options.
Yeah, you definitely don't want to give him a wide open shot. And
otherwise, he's calling all pockets. Is he calling all pockets? Here we go.
Well, and you're about to see something crazy.
Yep, well,
the 13 almost goes.
Trying to get a bit lucky, and he's not got it.
Yeah.
Interesting play there, and you can see just how aggressive both players are being.
That was pretty unfortunate with the way he was set up there. He had an opportunity to put a little pressure on Jordan. There's the first sign of the beeps there.
Oh, one beep.
And we are under the 10-minute mark, and that's why we heard it, because we are now at a 15-second shot clock.
Yeah, I wonder which way he's going to play it, whether he'll just draw this back and play the 8 on the side, or whether it does go. Yeah, perfect.
It's nice and smooth.
I believe that's a Navy SEALs quote that you just mentioned there. That's exactly what they're saying.
Slow as smooth, smooth as fast. Overcoming some early nerves.
Ricky's been the best so far for me.
Yeah, and Jordan Shepherd here on the hill against Mike Banks Jr., local favorite.
He's got a really good opportunity here to get right back into the match as well.
Now we may see the 15-second shot clock come into play for the first time for Mike.
He's not playing slow particularly. That's a really nice shot. Again, I think his problems are going to come on the 14 perhaps. Let's see how he manages this, whether he comes down for it now. Yeah, I think he tried to. He doesn't mind the combo, which is fine. Nice and close together.
Yeah, and if he can make this, he's really set himself up for an easy out.
Yeah, you don't want to leave that one in the middle of the table, though. I've seen a lot of people come unstuck with that ball in the middle of the table, but it does go in the side.
I think this is the only situation where he does want to play that one last, and it's only because it has a smooth shot to the side, but he's overrolled it.
Yeah, you see, that's what can happen. A good friend of mine, Chip Klein, said.
You talked about this. I don't mean to cut you off.
Sure. No.
You said you hadn't seen a bank yet. I think we're going to see one.
Here we go. Hey, there we go. 1 for 1. Played it off. It was a big pocket as well. So let that ball stop spinning.
That right there, that was situational awareness by Mike Banks Jr. Because had he stroked through that ball, it would have been a foul.
This is why I love the measle ball, especially for the red spotted ball.
See it rolling.
Yeah, it's good for TV.
It was actually just the 4 ball. The 4 ball was the one that was still moving.
Yeah, look at that. I mean, you could just see the dot. What I mean is, if you don't have those dots on the ball, you wouldn't know it was spinning.
Yeah. Jordan, let's see if he ramps up the energy on the break. Yeah. Oh, golden break.
Golden. Wow. What a break.
Oh, wow. That's 2 on the hill golden breaks.
What a game.
Wow. How crazy is that?
Got a feel for Mike.
Yeah, you absolutely have to feel for Mike Banks Jr. A tough situation. He made some great outs on that last rack.
Watch this replay. How does that go? And this is a lot of reason why they're taking that second ball break,
Yeah, of course.
It's pushing the 8 to the side every time.